What is up, everybody? It's Sam, and we are back with the last episode of Pessimistic at Best, Season 9.
Whoa. Last
Isn't
one.
that crazy?
Yeah, I can't believe it's summer.
Last one, and it's been a great season.
So good.
I did do one thing that I didn't want to do, which was skip an episode, but it's because my grandpa died, and, you know, shit happens, basically.
That's right. Besides that,
life.
perfect track record. You're amazing. And yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. No, I'm excited for a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
I think that that's useful.
It always comes at a good time.
Can have a chance to miss us.
That's right. You can't make yourself too available.
It's so true. Absence does make the heart grow fonder after all.
That's what they say.
And I'm excited for season 10. I think, you know, I love my podcast right now. I just love where it's at. I'm so happy I started doing Good, Bad, Ugly 2 seasons ago.
Epic.
And I can't believe season 9 kind of came and went. I can't believe it's almost
This
June.
one was quick, yeah.
It did. It felt like it went fast.
Mm-hmm. But no, I mean, double digits next season.
Oh, crazy.
Pretty epic.
Which means I've been doing this for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
just you,
so
by
messed
yourself.
up. Yeah, this one woman show over here.
Yeah, you're doing everything. It's incredible.
Isn't that crazy though?
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
5 years, and then 4 of those years I'm like, yeah, it took me a while to find what I wanted to do. And to anybody who's watching the video podcast, I just want to apologize because I'm not really looking my best today.
I think you look just incredible.
I am wearing my my favorite sweatpants. These are maternity pregnant lady sweatpants.
Like, literally?
Yeah, that I thrifted at the Dig and Save.
Oh, they look comfy.
They're so comfortable.
Yeah.
I have them in 2 colors.
You were asleep for pretty much the whole day, so.
Yeah, I was having one of those days where I was violently hungover this morning and I just needed to rot in bed.
Yeah.
I just needed that for myself.
Sounds super fun. I was just working all day, so
Totally.
fuck me, I guess.
Which is your problem.
So that's really true.
Yeah, not mine.
I shouldn't be bringing that up on you.
Yeah. But I am wearing podcast merch.
Shout out Aubrey.
Shout out to Aubrey, my prom date, who did my promposal by by making me this cool sweatshirt. You could have one too if I made merch, which I don't.
Yeah, it is a good sweatshirt.
Perhaps that's something that I'll do in the future.
Yeah.
If I had merch, would you guys buy it? Be honest.
Right. Sound off in the comments.
Yeah, let me know. But otherwise, yeah, I'm giving slob today, but it's fine because sometimes you just need to be your authentic and true self.
Which is a slob, yes.
Which is a slob.
Which is a bad person.
Today it is, yeah.
Oh no,
Misha's
son's just going to town on his hair.
Yeah.
That's not food, buddy.
Yeah, our cat does this cool thing where he rips his hair out of his body.
He is staring.
Which is cool and unique, and most cats, I would say, don't do that.
Yeah, I think it's because we need to brush him more. So we're actually the culprits.
I think he has a problem.
Stop, dude.
Yeah, seriously, not on my podcast.
Whoa.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Chill out.
So anyways, no fighting, you two.
It's mom's time to shine. This is mommy's show. Anyways.
Yeah, a bed rotting day, and not, you have to allow yourself, at least one of those once a quarter, I would say.
Oh, for sure. No, they're important.
I don't do it very often. Is it my ideal way to spend my Memorial Day? Not necessarily.
Sure.
But, I had a great day the day before. We were celebrating our friend Annie's birthday, and, well, gosh, I just drank a whole bunch is basically what I did.
Yeah. No,
I won
it was
a game
good day.
of darts, my first game of darts in a public setting.
You didn't win the one where we were in Colorado?
No.
You just got a bullseye or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Congrats. That's pretty epic.
Thank you so much.
I'm just so proud of you.
It was one of those sort of unsatisfying shots in darts where you hit the board and the machine does count it, but I didn't actually stick in.
And you're counting that as a win?
It was the win. It was the winning shot. Everyone seemed to celebrate. So
yeah, you can't really go back on those electric devices.
So I let that happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it doesn't actually feel
That's funny.
like the most gratifying.
Well, you're a winner to me.
Thank you. Huge moment in my darts career.
We've been practicing.
We have been practicing.
You're getting better.
I am. I'm
It's
improving my
fun.
craft.
That's right.
We played the one I don't like.
Cricket.
Yeah.
Okay. Good job.
Thanks. Yeah. It turns out if you just get a bunch of bullseyes, that's good.
Yeah. And you got back at a casual 3:30 or 4 or something?
Yeah, I think I crawled into bed around 4:30 in the morning.
Epic.
Which is cool. It was cool
Party
in this way where I'm
animal over
coming
here.
home and the birds are chirping.
No, right.
And
It's the next day.
Yeah, I was sort of like, so that's actually what I did with my Memorial Day.
It was over before it started.
It was so crazy. I had a Lyft driver
Sure.
who, well, I suppose I shouldn't assume gender identity.
That's right. Not in 2025, you can't.
Not, a
Person.
Person. Not a male presenting person.
Okay. Sure.
And I feel like I don't get female Lyft drivers all that often. And I'm signed up for that program in Lyft, where you try to get women drivers more often.
Okay.
It never works.
Sure.
But maybe it did last night at 3:30 in the morning. Maybe that's when the girls are out.
Sure.
And this person who was driving me home was talking to themselves quite a bit, not on the phone, 100% not on the phone.
Okay.
And taking huge swigs of water and then doing really crazy deep breaths.
Wow.
Like huge sighs.
Wow.
And then would say little things to themselves. And I was like, this is so interesting.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I just couldn't really tell what was going on.
Yeah.
Huge sighs. At one point she did some sort of half burp, half hiccup combination.
Yeah.
And apologized to me. It was she was very strange.
Yeah.
Car smelled amazing.
Okay.
Which is what I left her with in my parting words.
Yeah. Left them with.
Yeah.
If we're not assuming gender.
Well, I know. It's just I think...
Also, you said male presenting and now you've been using
no,
she.
No, not male presenting.
Oh,
not a male presenting person. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I am making assumptions for sure.
No, I'm now on the same page.
But I am kind of I think that I am signed up for that program.
Right.
So perhaps
evidence to the contrary in some cases. Yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, I don't know what her deal was. Wishing her the best.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can I get a reenactment of the size? What are we talking about?
Just these, she would take these huge gulps. I'm talking the kind that you can hear in the back of the throat, type of gulps.
Sure.
And then she would be like,
oh my gosh.
Or doing kind of these, deep breaths.
Well, that's not that far off.
Down a lot of air.
I was hoping you were going to say something like what you do when you drink a glass of water and you hit him with the...
It wasn't. It wasn't out of satisfaction.
Okay.
It seemed out of stress. It seemed a sigh born out of stress.
Yeah. The ones you do are sound like a commercial. I love it. Like you just drank a Fanta or some shit.
No, totally. Something awesome about that. I think that it really does add to the drinking experience.
You mean it.
It makes me feel so refreshed.
Well, yeah. No, it's involuntary for you. It's really funny.
No, totally. Well, how are you? How's your day? What have you been doing all day? It's great to see you here.
Yeah, wow. I've just been up, trying to pay our bills and stuff.
Right. Yeah, well, it's actually a holiday.
No, so true.
So you're normally not supposed to have to do that today.
Yep. No, I just did some editing for clients, worked on the game, hung out.
Totally.
Walked to Armitage Produce.
Right.
Got some good stuff.
Yeah.
Back on track.
Some fine things.
Some fine things.
We had some really underwhelming bow today.
I think underwhelming is the right word for it.
Yeah, so I was pretty excited. I woke up with a little hankering.
Sure.
And this place was not to take down a small business. I have no idea if it is. This place was called I believe Take a Bow.
It seems to always be leaning Asian cuisine that and especially pho.
Sure.
Always has to be a pun. I'm
totally.
Can we just not?
Right.
But anyway.
Well, and I think this was giving sort of maybe fast food chain bao vibes.
We also, I think, thinking about it now, I don't think bao is the delivery type of food that anybody's looking for,
I suppose. I feel like
it's better if it's hot. It's got the kind of steamed vibe that will just immediately be gone.
I just feel like to me, Asian cuisine is number one takeout food of all time.
Sure, in certain categories and easily reheatable. I feel like a reheated bao bun's going to be garbage.
I mean, for sure.
Yeah, because we're talking, fried rice and stuff. You can do that whenever you want.
Even the fried rice was mid. I liked my milk tea. Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't. It wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't what I wanted.
But the little dumplings were decent.
Really good bao in our day.
Right. When you've had the best, it's hard to compare.
Oh my gosh, I know.
What was that place called in London?
I have Wow Bao or something.
Okay.
Maybe just Bao.
Wait, you might be right. It's the one by the what market?
Right by the Borough Market.
Right. Yeah,
best
that place
bao
is
of my
insane.
Life. So good. Yeah, and then I mean, even like in Madison, Umami had such good bao.
Yeah, that was really good. Those pork belly bao buns were incredible.
We got a pork bao. Also, I think my thing is bao shouldn't ever be that big.
Yeah, this was too stuffed.
Why was it so huge? I can't eat that.
And the buns were just like a little too thick. Like obviously that's kind of the name of the game. They're like little clouds, honestly, but
totally.
This is like a little too much. And it's like, come on.
Right. Not what we're looking for, guys. Seriously. They gave me some sort of bizarre Hulk. What's Hulk's wife's name? Denise?
Hulk?
Yeah. You know, the big green monster. Are you familiar with his work?
Yeah. His wife?
Doesn't he have a wife named Denise?
In the movie? In the show? Yeah. I have no idea. Why do you know that?
Well, they gave me some sort of inspirational message that was signed Hulk and Denise with my delivery order.
You're like Hulk Hogan, maybe?
No, definitely Hulk.
What? It had a picture of the green Hulk?
Yes, well, it's printed in black and white, so in this case, he was black, but yeah, it's sort of a gray color.
Right. But we're talking about like him. Marvel Hulk?
Yeah.
You're going to have to show me that one. I don't know who Denise is. I don't really know that much about Hulk, though. Well, that's fucking funny.
Yeah, and it just didn't really seem to fit with kind of the rest of the vibe going on. Why am I getting a inspirational message from the Marvel universe delivered with my bao buns?
How are those Nutella buns?
So, just fine.
No more points there.
Totally fine. Yeah.
That is fucking funny.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'll be ordering from there again. No offense, but and they were the highest rated bao bun within whatever my mile radius is on.
I think that goes back to what I was saying.
DoorDash.
I just don't know if that's the right call that we made, honestly. In general.
I just had such a little craving.
A little hankering.
It's tough, and I feel like I really like to listen to those when the universe is speaking to me and telling me that I need to eat a particular cuisine.
Yeah.
I do try to listen.
Yeah.
To the message.
Right. You're proactive in that way.
Yeah. I'm just doing my part.
Well, I guess that's reactive, but you're listening.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah, ears are open.
You're like, oh.
Yeah. Because there's nothing better than when that goes the right way.
Yeah.
And when you're fully satisfied, when you're happy, when you're when your cravings have been met.
Any other fun stories from yesterday that I missed after I left?
Well, basically, I just mixed a bunch of alcohol.
Right.
No, we had a good time. It was silly. We bopped around.
Crayons at the bar was epic.
Yeah, we did
from what I saw.
We did some drawings.
Love
I
it.
thought we were going to be like playing some sort of pass the drawing around game for some reason. The rules were never established. I don't know why I thought that. I made that up in my head. And Luke gave us a prompt of okay, draw something that you love.
Yeah.
And so, I wanted to get mine done fast, and I quickly drew the McDonald's arches. And everyone else just kind of kept drawing all around me, and my drawing was obviously over within, about 2 minutes tops.
Yeah. So not only are you crossing the picket line, but you're also fucking up the game.
Yeah. Listen, sue me. I love McDonald's. I just love it. I haven't been eating it as much, but I do love it.
Anyway, wasn't it? It looked like it was just drawing time.
No, for sure it was.
And you're trying to think of the rules of this game.
And all I did was draw the McDonald's arches.
And you're pass.
Yeah.
And they're you lost actually.
Yeah.
There wasn't any rules, but now you've lost.
Yeah. So then I, tried to do a couple more things. I tried to draw our friend Annie, and then that didn't turn out quite right. It looked a little bit scary. I don't think portraits are my strength.
Yeah.
So
you fucked up.
Yeah, but I drew Curtis.
Aw.
But Aubrey drew Misho, and she kind of slayed.
It was a good drawing.
He looked a little bit spooky. But maybe that's Misho's vibe.
You're just judging all the drawings really harshly. It wasn't good.
No, I think
Hers was good. No, what I saw was great.
It's just
Did we keep that? Did we get that?
Yeah, I think I put it in my purse. I think I stuffed it in my purse.
Okay, and it's just like folded
I
a bunch of
folded
times.
it up, yeah.
Cool.
I might have my drawings as well. I can't remember.
Well, that sounds like an epic rest of the day.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun at the barbecue. Got a little dog. Hung out.
I think something else that I didn't really do was eat
After the barbecue.
an appropriate
Did you
amount
even?
of food.
I don't even think I saw you have a hot dog.
I didn't.
Because we fucked around, got an
Makes
egg on a
sense
roll.
why I'm so hungover today.
Yeah, we got egg on a roll from Same Day. If you haven't had Same Day Cafe and you're in Logan, get an egg on a roll with the sausage patty. It's incredible.
So good.
But yeah, we had that it was kind of a dumb plan. We were just like hangry in the morning and got that on the way to the cookout. I had a hot dog, but I kind of could tell you weren't going to have one halfway through. Yeah.
I wasn't in a hot dog mood.
Well, shit.
But we did end the night at Diner Grill, Luke Sandbrook staple.
That's right.
The vibes in there were electric as always. For some reason we had ordered a bunch of food. Like each person had a separate plate. I got a breakfast sandwich. And then like we had each gotten our breakfast, and then Luke was like, and we're gonna get mozzarella sticks. The mozzarella sticks came out first. We ate the mozzarella sticks. But then I think what we were missing, like somebody had gotten pancakes and we hadn't gotten those yet.
Okay.
And then they brought us the pancakes, but they brought us another mozzarella sticks.
Oh, okay.
Which we had already gotten, but I don't think anybody really knew what to do. And I think we decided to eat some of the mozzarella sticks. I honestly can't remember. It was like a fever dream where they just kind of kept handing us mozzarella sticks.
Yeah. Let me guess, you ate like 6 of those and didn't eat your breakfast sandwich?
I ate half of my breakfast sandwich.
Good job.
Mm-hmm. Not what you should get at Diner Grill.
I was gonna say I've actually never I haven't been to Diner Grill yet.
I think you've been there.
No, I don't think so. What kind of sandwich are we talking about? Well, like mainly what's the bread? I assume egg and bacon or something.
The bread was like very much just like what I don't know, bread.
Bun? More
like
sliced bread. Okay.
And thick toast. And I don't really know what was on my sandwich. I think some kind of like ham.
Okay.
Like it felt like cubed ham.
Ew.
And like cheese.
Sure.
Maybe an egg.
I would assume.
A really bizarre sandwich, I think, maybe.
Interesting.
I think when you're at, breakfast sandwiches you get those from certain types of establishments, but not really diners.
Yeah, when it's more classic.
You want an American style breakfast.
Yeah, when it's just like pancakes and eggs and bacon separately.
Totally.
Different vibe.
And our whole meal was like $32. Love
Holy
that place.
shit, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out.
It's so crazy in there.
Yeah, especially when you're stealing mozzarella sticks.
Right.
Brings the price down.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know who to blame for that one, to be honest. I'm going to go ahead and put that one back on the staff.
Oh, for sure.
Well, it's one of those places where you just are sitting right there, at the diner.
At the diner. You mean like there's a counter and then that's
and then
it?
They're just cooking right there.
Oh, there's no tables?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
That makes sense for Luke.
100%.
I can see him having just a blast.
No, like so fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like you can actually talk to all the people cooking?
Totally.
Oh my God. Was Luke just...
No, I mean, we kept to ourselves, I think, for the most part.
I can just see Luke being a menace to the wait staff.
Well, and everybody in there is so sweet. And then, of course, you leave smelling like fried breakfast, baby.
Oh, for sure. We were talking about that last on the Substack episode. Just lingers.
Behind a paywall,
Yeah, that's right. We're monetizing our relationship, finally.
Yeah, James has always wanted to be a content creation couple.
Yeah, I was like, we need to do more TikToks.
Totally. Exactly.
Totally.
I was actually just kind of thinking about that today because, I don't know, promoting yourself on TikTok is just like inherently embarrassing. And it is kind of funny because there are so many things that I do that I like kind of do need to put out there in the world, like my podcast. If I don't tell people that I have it, people don't listen.
And then what's the point?
Right. I mean, kind of, yeah.
I mean, no, actually, like, because this one actually, or else it's just a conversation. Which
is so fine, and they're so fun to have, but I'm also like, And
it's not like I'm not saying like you have to have a big following for it to be worth it, but like it is to be shared.
No, totally.
Yeah, like the point of putting effort into all of this.
Right.
Making fucking videos, everything.
Yeah.
Is like, no, I want you to listen.
I don't need to film a whole conversation for an hour with a complete stranger for nobody to watch it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not But it's just funny. It's just so, like, I see so many people grinding out there, promoting their music, promoting whatever. Like, everybody just has projects that they want to promote, and it's so hard.
It's so saturated.
Well, then there are so many people who just spend their time on TikTok being like, this is how you go viral. And then, like, all of their content is just them talking about how to go viral on TikTok. And it's like, what? That is black aura, negative energy, bad vibes. Why is that what you're doing?
I can't imagine. I don't know. There's so many little subsectors of that type of content creation that make me so sad.
Yeah. Who cares? Nobody cares about that. That's so weird.
And it's tough. Like, even like, especially like, I think music's an interesting one because like everyone will tell you to like post 1 billion times a day. And that might have been true at one point. I don't know if it's true anymore, but I mean, regardless, I can't. I just can't. I can maybe post once a week. Like, it's so tough.
Yeah. Well, and it's like something about TikTok. I just feel like in our age, it doesn't come naturally.
Yeah, sure.
Feels forced.
Do you feel like from your, as somebody in the industry, does like TikTok still, do you do better on TikTok if you post a bunch, or is it? Because most of that, I feel like, from what I understand, is just your, classic making your own luck. You're not gonna go viral if post too little. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, right now it changes all the time.
Sure.
But it's been what I've noticed on the platform recently, everyone's like complaining about being locked in like 200, 300 view jail. Like, everyone's complaining about that all the time, even big creators.
Okay.
I think that the app has been changing a lot with this like impending ban.
Yeah.
It's still changing all the time. Like, you can kind of tell that the algorithm is being updated in a way that is maybe not favorable.
Interesting.
But I think like, even like, we still tell people to, like, if you have an idea, film it more than once, like do it a bunch of times, keep posting it.
Yeah.
Even if it's the same thing, which is like,
that makes sense, I guess.
it's fine, but it's kind of like that. I don't like that. That feels icky.
Sure.
And I get why. And I see some people do that successfully.
It's also different if it's like a brand versus a person.
Yeah. I mean, and TikTok is so interesting too, because it really does, like, if there's like a certain type of content, like maybe a creator makes multiple different kinds of content.
Yeah.
But there's only like one that you're particularly invested in. Like, you will only see those videos from that person.
Oh, yeah. We've talked about that.
Which is so fascinating.
That is really impressive. Sorry, I did it again. I pushed on the couch in the wrong way.
You're ruining everything.
Terrible episode. Seriously. Start it over.
Well, because this keeps scooting down.
Yeah. Problem for later.
Totally.
But okay, no, that makes sense. It's so crazy how much it evolves day to day.
Yeah. Being online is just like so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I'm seeing all these videos. I spent most of my day watching TikToks. That's something that I did today. It's pretty much the only thing I did today.
Your contribution to society.
Absolutely.
Totally.
And like, the more time that I spend on there, I'm like, ugh, it's just kind of sad on here. Everybody's like trying to do something, and I don't know.
That's the future's offline. I just like, what is going on ever? Especially, I mean, you showed me that fucking new AI video generating thing. Like, it's over. Everything's fake. It's all fake.
Well, everyone's like talking about like AI slop.
Yeah, totally. We're just gonna drown in it.
It's so gross.
They're not gonna do anything. I bet it'll take like 20 more years of all this shit for real laws to be put in place.
Yeah, I know. It is really sad.
And it's not even like that's, I mean, the first step, I guess you could say, is to like not let people make terrible videos selling things with other people's likeness through generated stuff. But so I feel like that's, first step, one of the first steps. But just like banning fake accounts is just like, how has that not been done? But I don't know. The internet's such a constantly changing thing, and it's relatively new,
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, even like that video that I showed you today, basically there was this woman who like a makeup brand or a skincare brand like used her likeness,
like just used footage from her podcast to generate their own fake podcast clips
of her.
It's crazy.
And like promoting their product. And like, she's like trying to figure out what to do about it. And like, I don't know, she's a relatively big creator. I wasn't familiar with her, but and it just like wasn't her at all.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
And like, I don't know how that works. Like, the brand kind of like apologized and said that they didn't mean to, but it's like, you literally took, first of all,
Yeah, you need to, like, yeah, I don't know.
It looked exactly like her. It was also in the same podcast type of setting as hers.
Right.
And then they also like took like B-roll footage from her other TikTok videos and like of her like doing skincare routines and stuff. So it's like, yeah, this was actually completely 100% on purpose.
No, it's just for legal reasons that they're saying that.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
But like, there's just no regulations around that stuff yet.
I think the most interesting part to me, or like, you know, morally interesting for this kind of thing is like, we need to ban bots.
Yeah.
Bots shouldn't exist
Totally.
at all. But to do that, it requires more surveillance and more checking of people. You know what I mean? So like one thing could literally just be, you have to have a phone number. I mean, I'm sure there's ways, obviously, to like get past that because TikTok does require that now. But, you know, if everyone knew if there was like one master account, you know, like pretty much a social security number for the internet, that's one way to do it. But that's just so surveillance state. So I don't know. I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff about that if anybody has good resources or any people who are into that more.
Well, there are so many people that like just don't stand a chance with all of the like, if there's like AI video generation and it can be of anybody, or like it can be faking a breaking news or whatever. Like,
oh yeah, exactly.
Like my mom wouldn't know.
No, she's shared a bunch of AI stuff.
Totally, you know.
Yeah,
it's like people don't have. You know, I can kind of tell for the most part. I've fallen for it a few times.
Yeah, half these people didn't have internet media literacy from fucking like Wikipedia days. You know what I mean? Like they couldn't even handle that.
Yeah.
Like somebody just saying something false.
No, right.
Let alone seeing something that looks like that is tricking human eyes, you know? Yeah. It's crazy.
Especially because I feel like for so long, video was kind of the one thing where it was like, you can't fake this. Like this is the one that's like, oh, if you see a video of something,
so true,
that's 100% real.
Yeah.
And that's not the case anymore.
Right. No, it's scary.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Weird.
Wow.
That's why I literally need to, I like, it does make me want to like delete everything.
I know. I was just like,
yeah,
I'll see you in real life.
It makes me want to throw my computer in the literal garbage.
Where is real life these days?
Here at our house.
Here with the ones you love.
At Diner Grill, there's a lot of real life happening there. Tons. Okay, well, should we get into my good, bad, ugly?
Sure. Let's get into the last good, bad, ugly of the 10th or the 9th season.
Crazy.
Of Pessimistic at Best, the podcast.
Crazy,
with Samantha
crazy.
Georgeson.
Okay, that doesn't mean you get to go on your phone too.
Phone time.
No. No.
Wrong.
Okay, my good.
Oh, I'm so used to reacting to 10 of these for the shit list.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just a few.
Lay it on me.
My good is something that we actually were chatting about. Now I can't remember. This might have been at Annie's birthday or like this was a couple days ago. And it was inspired by the conversation we were having. My good is crossover episodes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and I was just kind of like thinking that, you know, we really don't do that as much anymore. I feel like that was such like a early 2000s, like crossover episodes were such the big deal.
Yes.
And it was also great. Always, I feel like typically it was done just like on shows that were within the same network.
Yeah.
You know, like that was
Disney had some great ones.
Yeah.
And Nick. Okay, wait. Have you heard of Noggin?
No.
I think it was maybe a Mary Beth like interview, and she was talking about Noggin, and it was like Nickelodeon, Disney, and Noggin. I was like, what is Noggin?
What's Noggin?
I don't know.
That's a third one? A secret third thing?
Now I'm wondering if it was somebody else, because Adam DeMarco was also there. Was he talking about it from like maybe a Canadian perspective or something?
Oh.
But anyway, continue. Yeah, no, crossovers were awesome. You know, Jimmy Timmy Power
were so
Hour.
Fun. Yeah.
Sweet Life on Deck.
Right.
Wait, no, that's just the sequel.
That's the show.
Sweet Life of Hannah Montana. I don't know.
It was That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana. It was That's So Raven, Sweet Life.
I forgot it was That's So Raven too.
Like that was like the biggest deal of all time. And I remember that the way that they were promoting that was so fun. I was like, I can't wait to see this. You know, it came out on 7/8 Central.
Yeah.
8/7 Central.
The closest thing that we have to that lately is the Hacks is apparently in the studio.
Yeah.
And then like Seth Rogen was on Hacks.
Yeah.
So that's fun. It wasn't named, I don't think. But,
no.
Yeah.
Hacks was a good one. And I think that that's what inspired this conversation initially. But then it made me think about Abbott Elementary.
Oh, yes.
And It's Always Sunny.
Actually, that's much
and that
better
was so
example.
Good.
That was really good.
And I don't even know, like, are they both on, do they share, are they both?
They're both at FX.
Okay, they are.
Yeah.
Okay. because they're both Philly,
Yeah.
which is that's like so funny. Like capitalizing on that moment is hilarious. That's so good.
Yeah, that one was really good, and the fact that just like the differences between the shows in general are just, it's crazy to think that these like fucking, I don't know, they're crazy on Always Sunny. Like they're really bad people.
Yeah,
they're doing really insane things.
And now we're letting them into an elementary
and
school.
Abbott Elementary is like pretty family friendly
and so wholesome. Yeah. No, but they did such a good job. It was perfect.
That was super funny.
Those are so funny. We need to be doing way more crossover episodes.
I was also watching Ride on Therapus. So that's,
right. Podcast.
A little
podcast
smaller
world.
Scale, or I don't know, just different vibe, but also great.
But that's my good. I think that we need to be doing way more of that. I feel like it was so like the staple. It was like such a fun thing to do. Yeah. And I feel like it happened a lot more like on when people were actually watching cable.
Yeah,
television.
That's true. Yeah, the Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents was super good. Yeah. That was the one that sticks out in my childhood.
Totally.
They went back and forth between the 3D and the 2D.
Right, so complicated.
It was sick. Yeah, it was great.
That's so funny.
It was awesome.
I know, and just like, I don't know, there's something... I feel like there's really only certain shows you can do it with. I guess that's not even always true.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like cameos on like those weird doctor shows.
Like,
I think
That'd
like those doctor shows and like Chicago PD, like I think they do some of that stuff sometimes.
I forgot about the Sunny one, Sunny Abbott. That's a really good example. I bet. So I'm sure there's more recently. Yeah. But yeah, it used to be a whole event.
Yeah. And like now I feel like when it like you could just tell Abbott was having so much fun with that. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Hilarious. So that's
Love
my good.
That's a good.
My bad is having an itch.
Oh, yeah.
I hate having an itch. I hate being itchy.
Yeah. You're unique in that way.
I think that if I had to pick like a feeling, I can't not scratch it.
I challenge myself every time.
Totally.
And I never win.
Well, because isn't the whole thing like an itch is fake?
Yeah.
Like you should be able to just conquer this with your mind.
It's just crazy.
I can't. I need to scratch it.
They almost feel supernatural or something.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? This is the most random part of my body.
No, right. Why is it I'm experiencing this
and
sort of
since you've mentioned
feeling?
Itches, I have like 3.
No, right.
Like, that I'm fighting really hard. I'm being really strong.
100%.
No, it's crazy. It's
I hate
a weird
having
feeling.
an itch. Yeah. And I need to, and especially an itch you can't scratch.
Can you imagine?
I know. Or like there's nothing worse than when like I'm asking you to scratch an itch of mine, perhaps on my back or in a place that's hard to reach.
Yeah.
And you can't quite get there. Like it's just like we can't be on the same page about where my itch is.
Yeah. They can get close, but
totally.
Yeah, it's like a made up part of your body that is like needs attention. Yeah. It's so weird.
It's so annoying. And I just think of all, it's such an inconvenience.
Totally.
Like when I imagine when you're itchy and it's like your foot or something and it's inside your shoes.
Oh, that is got to be the worst.
Oh my God, it's horrible.
Yeah. And there's it's almost worse. I'll like take off the shoe or something and try to itch through the sock. And then there's like this weird type of additional itch that gets added to it. And it's like this weird pressure because the sock is making it not pinpoint.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy how much it needs to be nails.
Yeah. Oh, so true.
It has to be your fingernails.
Yeah.
Huh.
I know. Right.
Wow.
It's like the human body, the human mind. Ugh. Well, and for me too, I don't like to touch my own feet. Well, I don't like anybody to touch my feet.
I didn't know that was extended to yourself.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I know you're really sensitive down there.
They're just tickly. I don't know. I'm not into it. Yeah. And so I can't.
That's pathetic.
I can't itch my feet. I can't itch them.
No, like right now, I mean, it's happening. I have to do this, and then it's like not satisfying. So
yeah,
this is great.
So yeah, I can't do that. That feels really bad to me.
What does that mean, though?
I don't know. Something's going on down there. It's best to avoid it.
Okay, I'll try my best.
Okay, and my ugly.
And you're ugly.
My ugly is bad, or in this case, I guess like tasteless celebrity endorsements.
Yeah, those are ugly.
And I was kind of thinking through these. I think the one that inspired this for me is Gwen Stefani has been promoting the shit out of that Halo app.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
I don't know what is up with her. Gwen,
what's Halo?
It's like an evangelical like mental health app.
Oh. Yeah, weird.
She just like she definitely took a huge spin. I don't know if I can blame it on Blake Shelton. I don't know who to blame it on. She's always had her problems, right? Like the Harajuku girls thing was a bit of an issue. She's done some cultural appropriation in her day.
Yeah.
Iconic songs. I wish that she could just get it together and be a good person because I want to appreciate her art.
She seems to have a lot going on. I don't know that much about her, but yeah, a pretty big fan of No Doubt.
No, right. Like those are hits.
At least that one album.
But yeah, and she's been in kind of like her Republican Christian arc.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so she's been promoting this app, and it's just like, girl, no, this also doesn't align with your brand really at all. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Interesting. Has she put out music in the last bit?
No, she's busy doing this.
She's got such a cool voice.
I know.
Yeah, she's busy with apps.
Yeah, she's busy doing this. And then I was just kind of thinking on some of the heavy hitters, right? Like there was Kendall Jenner's like that Pepsi ad.
Oh, classic.
That's just always top of the list.
A classic failure.
That was so bad. So bad. That came out like I want to say it was like right around Black Lives Matter time.
I think it was about that.
Yeah.
It was like she's like rallying
she was breaking up a police protest with Pepsi. It was just like, girl.
Also, I mean, definitely blame her a little bit for taking it, but who thought of that one?
No, there's an entire team of people at Pepsi who were responsible
Probably
for that.
getting paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
So funny.
Well, I think that they had to do like an apology tour.
Right.
That's why I drink Coke. Fuck Pepsi.
Yeah. And it's like, you shouldn't have to do an apology tour for a soft beverage.
Right. It's just not, it's never that serious.
No. What did you do?
And then, of course, it made me also think of like I believe the one who started it was Gal Gadot, like the Imagine video.
Oh, sure.
That was less of an endorsement, but it was more of just like this such a weird. That was like all the celebrities like singing us to make us feel better about the pandemic. Like, what the fuck was that?
That one was weird.
That was so bizarre.
I'm on board with that kind of shaming. We've talked about it a little bit on here before, but especially like people who are in movies and shows, it is an interesting one because people treat them like the 1%.
Sure.
They are not that rich, most of them. The big ones are, but I don't know. I think people in general need to get better at directing their like anger towards the correct subset of rich people.
Sure.
It's like, dude, they're not the ones who are the movers and shakers of like actual policy,
totally. But then it's so funny that they think they have this level of influence. I think that it's like it's like this such a just disconnect of like, who do you think this is helping?
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
If anything, it's just like, this is embarrassing for you guys.
That one was weird. Yeah,
that was so bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
And so many people participated. She got everybody on that fucking video.
I think that's like, it was just like a few years too late. If that was like in the era of like Ellen,
sure.
And like I saw that. You remember
so
that
true.
like selfie that like Ellen and Bradley Cooper were all in at the Oscars or whatever?
Yeah.
It was like the selfie that stopped the internet or some bullshit.
Yeah.
I saw some really funny tweet about how like nobody would care if this was taken today.
No, for sure.
And it's really true.
It was like that was pre really like smartphone vibe.
Yeah, it was like, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It was like early meme culture era.
Totally.
Yeah, it's funny how much the internet evolves constantly.
But I just think it's so funny. Like, we have all these celebrities, and I feel like they're so willing to like attach their names to things, and it's like, some of those are in poor taste. I know you're just getting your check, you're getting your bag, but
yeah,
it's so funny. And like, then to have that be part of that's so embarrassing.
Right. That might become a part of your Wikipedia page.
Yeah, that sucks.
Backlash, controversy, and it's a Pepsi ad.
Right.
Make better choices.
Yeah, and like, I mean, there are so many examples of it where it's like maybe just something that, like the evangelical Christian app to me is just like, that doesn't seem like who Gwen Stefani is to me.
Yeah.
But that's also just like a political or social view that I don't agree with or align with.
Yeah.
But then there's like objectively bad ones, like the Pepsi ad.
Sure, right.
That was so bad.
Yeah.
A room full of people.
It's interesting. It reminds me of what Tina Fey was saying on Amy Poehler's podcast the other week about how she hates when actors have like side hustles and like these, most of them are trying to get a tequila brand.
Totally.
And I don't know how I feel about that exactly. It's kind of related to what I was saying about they're not the 0.1% of people who are actually like fucking super rich. So like, sure, continue to get your bag, but in vein of what you're saying, it's like, is this necessary? Does this add, not that like your like fucking lore is that important, but like, does this align with what you have set out or put out into the universe?
Are
like,
you actually
your
passionate
character?
about this? Like,
Yeah.
do you actually care about tequila in this way? You
Right.
know, it's so funny to me because we don't need that. I would rather have, I just think it comes down to like, this just feels like a money grab.
Yeah.
I don't need
Right.
branded tequila
Sure.
by
a lot
Kendall
of that
Jenner.
stuff. No, for sure. I don't know how I feel about it. It's a lot of that is kind of up in the air for me because it's also like, I don't know what you want them to only do one thing.
Sure.
You know, that one's a pretty specific example because like everyone has a fucking tequila for some reason. But like,
it was trendy.
yeah, but it's like, I don't know, they can do things besides act also.
For sure. I think it just, you can tell when somebody actually cares about something.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I think like the same thing goes, I think a big example for that is like celebrity makeup brands.
Sure.
It's like, do you have a cool face beat? Do you give a shit about this? Like, are we
Yeah.
going to watch you doing tutorials, or are you just putting out some like random makeup line?
No, for sure. A lot of them do feel like, oh, somebody on your team told you this has the highest profit margin.
Totally.
It's like, okay, good, cool.
Like
great.
Lady Gaga or Trixie Mattel putting out a makeup line has a very different
Yes.
feel to me than
Right.
like Millie Bobby Brown, No Offense Girl.
Sure, no, I hear you.
Why do you have that?
No, it's just like, and like every single hot girl has a swimsuit line. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
but do we need that?
right. Are you passionate about swimwear?
Right. And you know, I don't know. It's just another avenue to use their personal brand. So again, mixed feelings on it. I get it. Because half the time, those swimsuit brands are probably just like somebody hit them up and was like, hey, you'll get 30%. You just have to put your name on this and take some pictures once a year.
I know, but then I think it just kind of sucks of like, what about other people who actually
Yeah.
care about making swimwear? And that's
No,
like
sure.
actually their whole thing that they're super into. And they
That's
like,
why it's really complicated
yeah.
in my mind.
Because it's just like, that's just like a marketing.
And that person you're describing could be the person who hit up the celebrity. You know what I mean?
I mean, true.
So,
But it's different
It's
if the
very
celebrity wears their
multifaceted.
swimsuit versus the celebrity puts their name all over it.
yeah, but like that person who cares a lot could be using whoever to put their name on it
I
in a
mean,
way.
sure.
I don't know. It's
That wouldn't be what I choose. That wouldn't be the route I choose.
No, I hear you. I'm just saying there's a lot of aspects to it that make it very nuanced. Sorry, Joe. Sorry, Joe. I'm just gonna start saying sorry,
James
Joe.
loves nuance. He lives within a nuanced space.
I'm just, considering all the viewpoints or something.
Well, is your hater mode activated today?
Mine? No. It was a chill day.
Totally.
Yeah. I think it's not.
I think that waking up violently hungover automatically puts me in sort of a hater mindset.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that is natural.
Uh-huh. It was one of those days where like I honestly did just get to chill a bunch and it was fine, but I was not feeling my best and
Yeah.
I couldn't really bring myself to like make use of myself today, but I also I didn't really relax either. You know?
Yeah.
It's
I know
like
what
I'm
you
not
mean.
really letting myself do either thing.
Yeah. That's conflicting.
Kind of just being a piece of shit person.
Right.
No worries.
You didn't get a movie marathon in even.
Right.
You just looked at TikToks in between naps.
Brain rot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as you said, those are necessary days sometimes.
It's true.
Sorry, Joe.
Okay, well, season 9
Shit, is that it?
come to a close.
Wow, good job on the season 9 of your podcast that you do everything for.
Thanks. We couldn't do it without you, honey.
That's right. That's what they say.
Seriously.
We got to re-record your outro so people know.
I know.
Maybe you just start saying it at the end, all the little plugs.
I can't.
Subscribe
much
to
to
the
remember.
Substack. That's the only way you'll find us.
You have to subscribe to the Substack, you guys. It's the best way to hang out with me for the next 2 months.
That's right.
And I've got a lot of good shit to say on there. As a friendly reminder, what happens on my Substack is basically I put out an extra episode every single month.
That's right.
And I go through my monthly shit list and I give explanations to all of my 10 commandments on there.
And I'm there, unfortunately.
And James is there if you want some James time. I know some people are really only in it for him, which is cool.
Yeah.
That's me. That's my celebrity endorsement. Yep, I'm using James for
Oh,
views.
totally.
For views and likes and subscribers.
Yeah, right. And work and unpaid labor.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. We've got a good system going over here.
Oh, no.
But seriously, you guys, subscribe to my Substack. It's awesome. Sign up for my newsletter. That part's free.
Yep.
But I was actually just listening to a podcast today.
Wow.
And well, I should preface, I was only watching the clips on TikTok.
Sure.
And it's this girl who does this podcast. I want to say it's called The Cutting Room Floor.
Cool.
And
it's a good name.
It's like she basically talks to people within the fashion space.
Oh, cool.
And she only puts her podcast out on Patreon.
Oh, wow.
So like the only way you can listen to it is if you subscribe. She's not asking for anything unreasonable. It's $6 or whatever for a month. And it is just kind of like yeah, I need to start paying creators. You need to pay independent creators. Yeah. You really do.
No, I really do believe in the Patreon model and or whatever Substack model.
Yeah. Well, hers is Patreon, not Substack. Yeah.
Yeah. The subscriber model for people. It's so hard though. Well, it's not that hard, but it's like, damn, like instead of like 30, our parents subscribe to like 30 cable channels.
Yeah.
We're going to subscribe to like 150 different people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know.
But I think it's a really good model.
I know. Well, it's just like, yeah, I want her to keep doing that. What she does is cool, and I should throw her a bone.
Yeah. No, it's tough. It's just the saturation.
Totally.
Shit.
So anyway, seriously, subscribe to my Substack or else. But seriously, thanks for listening. Love you guys so much. We won't be back next week. We We will be back in August, and that's kind of the whole vibe.
That's right.
That's
First Tuesday of August, you will see us.
You'll see us. You'll hear us.
Unfortunately, it will be me again.
We'll be present.
Unless I can convince Samantha to have me on less.
Listen, James. I've cut you down a lot from where we started.
Sure. Facts.
And so, besides then, the people would miss you. You're the people's princess, honey.
That's what they call me.
Okay, well, love you guys. Have a wonderful summer.
Wow.
See you in August.
Peace.
Bye.